Hey, Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training, and recently I made a video where I shared some baseball wisdom that I wish I knew as a younger player, and the positive response to that video has been absolutely incredible, so I decided to make a follow-up video. This is part 2. Now, in this new video series, what really my goal is to help you learn from my experiences, avoid some of the mistakes that I made, and ultimately help yourself achieve more success on the baseball field because of it. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So if you haven't seen the first baseball wisdom video, I'll leave a link for it right here. You can go check that out, go watch it. But let's hop into this one. The very first piece of baseball wisdom I wish I knew as a younger player is, so what, who cares, deal with it. Now what I mean by that is, in the game of baseball and in life, you are not gonna feel 100% every single day, right? There's going to be times when maybe you're tired from playing, double headers the day before, or maybe you're sore from a workout. Maybe you have a little cough, a little bit of sickness. Maybe you're just, for whatever reason, you didn't sleep well and you're a little bit fatigued. You basically have two choices. You can sit there and make excuses as to why you're not getting results, and you can complain about it, or you can say, so what, who cares, and you can deal with it, right? But you're not always going to be feeling 100%. And let's talk about, things that are out of your control. Weather. You're not always going to have perfect, beautiful days like I have right here today. You're going to have days when, it's cold, and you're going to have days when it's windy and maybe snowy a little bit, right? Maybe a little bit of rain or sleet or whatever, but the situation is not always going to be perfect for you. So one of the biggest things I want to stress to you is both teams are playing under the exact same conditions. And a lot of the times I see players get cold and they make it as an excuse. And okay, let's say you're at the plate and your hands are a little bit cold, your fingers are cold. You don't think the pitcher is cold at all? You don't think the opposing team is cold when their hitter's at the plate as well? So it's really just an attitude, it's a mindset shift. And you can sit there and you can complain, you can make excuses, or you can say, so what, who cares, deal with it. Another great example for this is umpires, right? We all know that sometimes umpires are going to have a little bit of a wider zone than usual. Some umpires have small zones, some umpires have, really big zones. And so let's say there's an umpire and you think his zone is a little bit too big that day. Maybe he called a strike that was borderline, or you thought, man, that's way outside, but he called it a strike, and he's going to keep that zone throughout the entire game. So you can sit there and you can, make an excuse as to why you're not getting hits, and you can not make an adjustment and strike out looking, or you can say, so what, who cares, and you can deal with it, and you can make an adjustment. You can say, hey, he's got a big zone today. I'm going to be aggressive early in the count. Anywhere close to the plate, I'm putting the ball in play. So you can complain, or you can make an adjustment and deal with it. So that's obviously what I recommend. And this piece of advice goes much further than just the baseball field. It can apply in life as well. There's going to be times when things just don't go your way. Maybe your boss kind of overloads you with work and you think it's a little bit of an unfair amount of work for the week ahead or something like that. And you can sit there and complain and procrastinate and stress out about it. Or you can say, yeah, that sucks, but so what, who cares, I'm going to deal with it anyway. So that's my very first piece of baseball wisdom. I wish I knew and applied a little bit more when I was younger. Sometimes I did complain about the conditions or whatever, and realize that's out of your control, and the only thing you can control is that attitude. So make sure you bring a positive one every single day. All right, guys, the next piece of advice I have for you is the only person that you should compare yourself to is you, right? Every single day, every practice, every game, it should be your goal to constantly strive to surpass yourself and nobody else, right? I know in the game of baseball, it's very easy to start comparing yourself to others. You're comparing yourself to the best player on your team, the best player in your conference, the best player in your state. And obviously, make no mistake about it, that's the type of player that we should be striving to be, right? And eventually, that's our goal. That's where we want to get there. But the funny thing is, the only way that you get there is by looking at yourself and what skills you can improve on and your performance, and then constantly building on that and getting better. But the more time that you spend worrying about everybody else, that's the less time that you're worried about yourself. So at the end of the day, every practice, every game, every time you step on the field, you really have two choices. You can get better or worse, really there's no staying the same. If you go out and you work on your skills, you either go through the motions and you get a little bit worse, or you focus on something and you're trying to improve and you work really hard, and then you see that go up a little bit, your skills improve, right? But you only can get better or worse, and at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to your attitude, but so much of it comes down to focusing on you. Every single day, make it a priority. Don't focus on anybody else, right? But focus on constantly being better than you were yesterday, and before you know it, you're going to be very, very satisfied with your results. All right, the last piece of baseball wisdom I have for you in this video is set goals for every single practice. And this directly ties into the previous point that I made about not comparing yourself to others, but improving on your skills and worrying about yourself. That's the only way your skills are truly going to improve, okay? But I want you to focus on having some sort of a game plan for what you're trying to accomplish every single practice. And one mistake that I made, not very often, because I was conscious about this and it really helped, but sometimes I would go through the motions a little bit in practice. And I don't mean not work hard. Every team I was ever on, I was always first in sprints. I always, gave it 100% in my sprints. I really focused in batting practice. I was very disciplined, on defense. And so I'm not saying that I didn't work hard in practice, but sometimes I would just show up and be like, okay, cool. We got, warming up today. We're going to do some bunt coverages, some defensive work, batting practice, maybe some running, and then call it a day. And basically, the only way that I got better was whatever coach had for us that day. That's kind of what I did, and I was hoping to get better. But sometimes I didn't have a specific goal, and so I think that that's so powerful for you to start doing. Let's say, perfect example, you struggle hitting curveballs. You should sit down before practice, or better yet, the night before, and say, I really struggle in this area of my game. I struggle at the plate, hitting curveballs. So I need to work on that. Tomorrow, that's my goal. I'm going to work on that. And then come up with a plan on how you're going to do it, okay? And here's the funny thing, right? A lot of people might be saying, well, my coach has no plan of hitting curveballs today in batting practice. We're going to just get regular BP fastballs. There's no curveball work. So how do you expect me to get better at hitting curveballs? Well, you have to be creative. You have to find a way to get it done, right? You have to become an extraordinary baseball player. You break that word down. You have to be extraordinary, meaning you have to put in extra work in order to get those results, right? So that might mean showing up early to practice, or staying late, or maybe you can't even get it done at practice. Maybe, you have to go home in the basement later with dad, or go in the backyard and have him mix in, some fastballs and then just flip you some breaking balls or whatever. But you truly hit what you aim at, right? When it comes to goal setting. So if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit it every single time. So just imagine how much better of a player you can be if you pick one thing to focus on every single practice, and you focus on that thing. Not 10 things, not 20 things, one single thing. And that doesn't mean, okay, all practice I'm going to work on curveballs. No, you're going to work on the other areas of your game, and you're going to go hard in everything. And obviously you're trying to improve your defensive work as well, and you're trying to get faster and this and that. But you need to have one specific focus. And it might not be, you can't master hitting curveballs in one day, one practice, but you can get a lot better. So that might take a couple weeks to master. But if you focus on, today I'm getting better at hitting curveballs, then soon curveballs are no longer going to be an issue for you. So set goals every single practice, and I promise you, you're going to be satisfied with the results. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and really quickly before you go, I want to share with you my free Bat Speed Boosters workout. It's a 100% free workout that's guaranteed to boost your bat speed 5 to 10 miles per hour. So all you have to do to grab that, just click on the very first link below me in the description. That's going to take you to a page. All I need is your email address, and I will immediately send you this free Bat Speed Boosters workout. So click on that link right now, go do that. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Get in the comment section, let me know what other videos you'd like to see on the channel. And as always, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe and turn those bell notifications on. That way you're notified whenever we release new baseball videos. We're coming out with new videos every single week, so don't forget to subscribe. And that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.